Tonight, the role of Jeremy Borders will be played by Pancakes, the dog that definitely exists.
On the cover, Eric and Furnace hold the lapels of the Baroness's black leather jacket, his scowling face just inches away from her toothy jaws. In his pupils, two white-hot points of fire. In the background, we can see Piero and Darren rushing to aid their friend, and two armed guards trying to stop them. Issue 17, Opening Act.
Welcome back to issue 17. So here we are, the day of the concert. You guys are probably 10 feet from stage right backstage, where Mayor Dow and Eric and Furnace are surrounded by a small group of guards. Detail, that's the word I was looking for. A small detail of guards. There are roadies setting up the stage for this Evergreen concert. Evergreen himself has not taken the stage yet, because why would he? Gotta make a big entrance. Yeah. But people are starting to filter in to this stadium, so like the actual crowd is starting to arrive. It's starting to get a little bit loud in here, and as you approach the stage, a young South Asian lady in a white pencil skirt, who has been identified now as Vicky, approaches you, and she checks a few things off. Now, you're not supposed to interact with the band members, obviously no going on stage during the concert. Just enjoy, and you'll get some stuff signed afterwards. Everyone okay with that? I need you to sign this. And she hands the clipboard to Darren.
Oh, no. Okay. It sticks and slides.
So while that's being... because Darren is now stuck to a clipboard.
Yeah.
And
What's going on with that, Darren?
And Vicky is very... She's got some hand wipes that she's trying to, dissolve your sap with, but it's not going great. So that has bought you a minute of distraction. What do you do?
Well, I know what I want to do.
All right, Bearoness, what do you want to do?
I want to make sure Darren's okay, because this is the first time I've been around this sort of behavior.
Sure.
So I want to ask Darren if anything's going on. Because
I'm nervous. I'm just a little nervous.
Why?
This seems like, weirdly enough, you might be sharing a vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yes. What does your share of vulnerability look like?
When you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, they tell you what you should do to fit in more. Take +1 forward to do it, and mark potential if you do.
Oh my.
So, Darren has told you that she's very nervous about this whole situation. What advice would you like to give the Baroness?
So, has Darren told me that... Have you told me that you're, attracted to Evergreen?
I don't know if I have, but it's a little painfully obvious.
Okay.
I feel that...
well, her other hand is stuck to a poster of Evergreen.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to assume I've picked up on that.
Yeah.
I've at least smelled some pheromones. We can go that far.
Pheromone control is a thing that Darren has now.
You're losing a bit of control. So I'm going to give you the advice that, how bear courtship works.
Oh.
Yes. Which is bear courtship for the female is supposed to be really...
The bears and the bees.
Yeah. So you need to go up to Evergreen and, just make it clear, just waft your pheromones and maybe hit him a little bit. Just, make sure that he knows you're there.
Slap
and that
him around.
Right in the face.
Make him know that you're large and that you're very fit. That's going to be the best way to get him to notice you.
That is beautiful.
I totally take that.
So
I really take that to heart.
So you will take +1 forward to do that.
Yes.
And mark potential if you do.
If I hit him?
If you take that advice.
I'm totally taking that advice. I know nothing else about Earth courtship, and that's the closest thing I've gotten.
Okay, so while that's going on,
Yes.
Piero and William, what do you do?
I think I'm going to continue to try to pull things off of Darren and her sap.
Okay, so the three of you at this point are all invested in this free Darren from the clipboard adventure.
But I do think that I might be a little more just pulling it any which way. Perhaps the clipboard may break.
Okay.
This seems like an excellent distraction for me to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, because we ended on William has to go to the bathroom.
Yep, he is going to take all this commotion and kind of slide out behind it and find somewhere else to go.
Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just turning around and going?
I'll try and sneak.
That's a pretty good distraction.
Alright, yeah, that's a
I'm
decent
not exactly
distraction.
super sneaky, but
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's just do this point by point. Are you actually looking for a bathroom?
no.
Okay, so are you looking for a empty room?
No, I just want to get out of sight of Eric.
So
That is the goal.
you basically, easy enough. You guys had come up a hallway. You go back down the hallway and turn around the corner, and you're out of sight. That's easy enough.
Okay.
What from there?
From there, I'm going to stay where I can kind of keep an eye on what's going on, specifically Eric,
Okay.
because I'm developing a plan in my head. And, yeah, we'll see after that.
At that point, speaking of the devil, so as you are all involved in this,
I thought you meant the actual devil was going to show up.
kinda. So Eric has seen that you're here, and he basically stalks right the hell up to you. We're gonna go back to session 0 here. Remember who William's family most disapproves of? It's the Baroness.
Yes, that's correct.
Eric just stalks right up to you and kind of grabs your jacket. And gets real up in your bare face. He doesn't seem to care that you're a large wild cyber animal. And it says, "Where is my brother?"
I'm going to intervene.
Yeah, I also would like to smack him. I want to smack him
a few times.
Okay, so let's point by point.
Yes.
So he has grabbed the Baroness. Both, I think Darren and Piero are getting involved at this point. So I think that'll happen at roughly the same time. We'll start with Darren.
We're stuck to each other.
We'll start with Darren. What are you doing?
I am going to take one of my flower tendrils that's hanging off my arm and I'm going to whip him.
You're just gonna hit him?
And then I'm going to yell, "I'm not attracted to you!"
Okay. How about Piero?
Yes. So I'm still trying. I'm in the middle of getting this clipboard off of my friend.
Let's say that you've gotten the clipboard off.
I'm gonna break it on Eric.
You're just gonna hit him with
Yeah,
it?
just hit him with it.
Well, this escalated way quicker than I thought it would.
What the hell, guys?
Okay.
He is threatening her.
He just grabbed her and asked where his brother was.
Aggressively.
Yeah.
And we know what that family's about. He told us.
Okay,
true.
no, that's legit. Jeez, okay.
We are all teenagers.
Yes.
To make a speech, guys. I was developing a plan in my head.
You know what? This was perfect. So I think at this point I want, so you're just straight up hitting him. You're just straight up attacking this dude.
Just shoved him very hard.
In a nice.
You whipped him with a vine and you broke a clipboard over his head.
No, I didn't say overhead.
Okay. Piero, I would like to start, because we'll go in reverse order for the rolling here.
Sure.
I would like you to directly engage a threat.
Okay,
Because
so
you
I'm
hit him with a
afraid.
clipboard.
So that's
-2?
Yes, and then what else affects it? 7 -2 plus and then +1.
Okay, so that's a 6.
Yeah,
You go to hit him with a clipboard.
love it.
The small detail of guards at this point draws weapons
Oh,
Jeez.
and tells you to step away from Eric. Do you follow through with the hit? Because you're obviously going to hit him and then security gets involved.
no, I'm just gonna throw the clipboard on the ground.
Okay.
I'm just gonna break it.
Darren at this point has the vine whip out. So again, I also want you to go ahead and roll to engage that threat.
+1 going forward, though, because I shared a vulnerability.
That's only on the thing that she told you about.
But
which
she-
is
but she
exclusive to Evergreen.
Oh, it's
It's
not
only
even
to-
just
it's only to
about
getting
following
Evergreen.
that advice.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's
I'm not. I don't. Please let me fight Evergreen. It's all right. You know what?
No.
We'll get there.
Wah, wah.
6. Are you afraid?
I am not afraid.
Okay, so that is also a
Still
failure.
a failure.
Still a
Okay.
failure.
At least we failed together.
Yeah.
So, and I think kind of similarly, you go to whip him across the face, and you notice that there are guards on Piero who are now kind of looking at you as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that should you do this, they'll probably at least eject you from this concert. Is that a thing you want to do?
Don't risk it.
I'm gonna know, Darren.
So
See, this is again bringing back to the conflict discussion from the last episode.
no, I know. Well, I'm just asking, what would Darren do?
I'm trying to decide because I don't think Darren knows what she would do. I think a part of her is like, this guy threatened my friend, or
I
at least
think-
acted threatening.
I think there's an opportunity for you to still be in the vicinity of the concert and do what you want to do.
There's always an option.
No, there are always options. I'm just asking what Darren does. Because in that moment, you know that it's going to cause trouble if you do it.
I think I would still hit him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would still
All
hit
right.
him.
Mm-hmm.
So you smack him across the face with the vine.
Yes.
And there's... I think it probably draws a little bit of blood, because why not?
It'd be a welt.
Yeah, like a welt.
Yeah, like
yeah.
getting whipped with a towel.
Yeah. At that point, security kind of closes on you and starts shuffling you down the hallway. Are you resisting them at this point?
I mean, they stick to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally stick to me.
Okay. So we'll get to that in just a second. William takes the hit.
Eric.
Sorry, Eric takes
What?
Eric takes the hit, and he's got this, kind of line of like slowly kind of oozy welt across his face. I'm supposed to give a speech in just a few minutes, and he kind of lets go of your jacket. Where is William?
So, does Eric have influence over me?
Eric is not an adult.
I didn't think so. So,
Eric is like late teen.
I'm going to stand up on all fours, or on my two legs, and because I'm mad that people are manhandling Darren right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I'll tell you if you call your goons off my friend. Rearing up to my full 7 feet.
Provoke someone.
Yes, I'm provoking him.
Yeah, roll to provoke someone.
I am terrible at provoking. No.
What do you got? What do you got?
Seen higher than a 7 on the dice today.
No.
It's fine. What's your total?
Okay, so that's a 7 minus 3.
Okay, so that's a 4.
That's a 4.
Okay, so William...
Eric.
God, I'm so sorry.
Come on, man.
So Eric kind of has this little bit of a smile. So you do know where he is. All right. And he snaps his fingers, and the guards kind of stop for a second. Where is he?
I'm going to turn around. He's right there. And he's not there.
And he looks back. I would like to press charges.
On who?
Oh, the person who just assaulted me.
Okay.
I'm not technically a human person, but I'll take it.
No, but you do live with an officer of the Apex City Police Department and his wife and their 2 children. You're affiliated with Kopi, and you just assaulted a city official who is funding a wing of a children's hospital in public next to the mayor. I'd like to press charges. Now, I might be inclined to drop those should you tell me where my brother is.
My immediate instinct is to try and defend my friends.
Okay.
The way to do that is to sacrifice myself.
Okay.
And say, let my friends go. I know where he is. I've hidden him somewhere. Let my friends go and we'll talk about it. I don't know. I'm going off the top of my head.
Oh, because you're being so useful right now in the bathroom.
He's hidden somewhere and I know where it is.
So okay.
You guys escalated
So
this.
that's what you. So that's how you do.
That's my
Piero,
attempt to defend.
was
Yes.
to run away.
Let's briefly move over to William.
Sure.
Because you are definitely an earshot / eye shot for this.
What are you guys doing?
A lot of conditions.
More to the point, what is William doing at this point?
Yeah.
He was formulating a plan.
Well, I hope it formulated quickly.
That plan has been immediately
Play to see what changes.
immediately gone. Okay.
Maybe you shouldn't have ditched.
Definitely not.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah.
We're in the moment now. Eric and the Baroness are having a bit of a stare down. Does William just let it happen? Or are you going to do anything? So I think hesitation is a perfectly good answer.
I'm gonna see how this plays out for the time being.
Okay.
Apparently.
So Eric is... You can kind of see a little... And again, this is something you notice that probably the people around you don't. But you can see 2 little pinpoints of fire in his eyes when you make that kind of accusation. And at this point, Mayor Dow kind of pushes through the security detail and puts a hand on Eric's shoulder. And you can tell he very quickly squelches it. And she says, Is there a problem here? Is everything all right? And she looks over. I've seen you around Kobe.
Yes.
Right. You're the, what is it? The bear,
Bearoness.
Oh, right. The pun. I love puns. Wonderful.
Yes.
Now, do you 2 know each other? Obviously, she has seen this whole thing go down. This is her trying to deflate the situation. Yeah. Meanwhile, that security detail that is removing Darren from the venue is starting to get... they're basically at the turn in the hallway that William is hiding behind. So Darren definitely does see William kind of like up against the wall, kind of looking
like a
around
coward.
the corner. Eric takes a breath. My apologies, Mayor Dow. My brother has been missing for some time now, and he used to hang around this crowd. I don't think they know anything about him. I'm so sorry for my outburst. And he heads back over towards where he was standing. Meanwhile, William, Darren, what are you doing?
I did not hear or see any of that go down, or did I hear and see that all go down?
You probably didn't.
All right, I'm going to see, could I use my influencing pheromones to get me out of this sticky situation?
How are you going to do that?
How about,
Convincing?
maybe convincing or confusion? Like, make them, like, something that, like, influences them, that, like, makes them, like, get a headache or, like, dizzy or,
so you're
like...
kind of, like, trying to confuse these guards.
Yeah, because I don't have a ton... This isn't a super, super powerful ability, but it's something that I could, like, influence a little bit.
Okay.
So give them a headache or make them confused.
Are you going to, like, tell them anything, or are you just going to make them foggy?
I think make them foggy. Maybe I could try and say something, but I don't have a lot of confidence in Darren's abilities.
Okay. That's fine. These are normal people. These are not, like, super people. So you secrete your pheromones. They get really, really confused, and you're trying to make this play out to your benefit somehow.
Yeah.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I think I'm just trying to get them to, like, maybe forget the last 30 seconds.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is they escort you down the hall to one of those, like, waiting rooms that you were in earlier.
Yeah.
And just kind of, like, show you to your room.
Yeah.
And
I
tell
like that.
and tell
That's
you that
pretty
someone
good.
will be with you in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. So, William, you just saw that happen, and you now see kind of Eric. Mayor Dow talks to the Baroness for just a few seconds, and then kind of heads back over. Vicky hands the clipboard to the Baroness and says, I'm going to need you to sign this.
I broke it.
She picks up the shattered pieces of her clipboard.
She has
Actually,
a
no, you
different
didn't hit him
clipboard.
with it.
No,
Yeah.
I threw it on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Vicky has multiple clipboards.
That's true. Vicky has multiple clipboards.
She's someone who would have backup clipboards.
Vicky's superpower is clipboard space.
Yeah.
She clips.
So I'm going to read the form.
It basically says that you won't cause trouble, you won't assault people, you won't go on stage during the concert. It's a standard disclaimer.
Well, we didn't sign it
not a-
beforehand, so...
And now she's kind of saying, I'm going to need you to sign this.
Okay, I will sign it
Okay.
with Static Jacques' name.
Okay.
Poor Static Shock.
Because I don't want to promise that I'm not going to cause a ruckus.
And then likewise to Piero.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I sign it.
Okay, are you signing it with your actual name, your superhero name? How are you signing this?
It's definitely an imaginary pen with imaginary ink.
Okay.
So I think it would just read whatever she said, but I just mimed that I signed it. I didn't actually
Okay.
sign.
Alright, that's fine. And then how about William? So now that you've had a moment to
Did she
think...
find me?
Darren just went by you.
Oh, yeah.
You're still kind of in the hallway. You've broken away from your group. Vicky is now looking around for the last member of your group because you're hiding. And she knows there's one more. What do you do?
I'm still not going anywhere near Eric for the time being.
Sure.
So I will hang out there behind the corner, and if she finds me, that's fine.
Okay.
But
So the question here is, do you want to be found? Because this is all about intent here. Do you want her to find you?
I don't really care. She can find me. That's fine.
She eventually stops looking for you up front of the stage and heads back down towards the hall. I assume you're still around that corner.
Mm-hmm.
She turns the corner and is like, yeah, sometimes I want to hide when that stuff happens too. It's way more common than you might think. City officials are dramatic. I'm just going to need you to sign this kind of standard, waiver here.
I signed a fake name on it.
Okay. And she takes it, and that's good enough for her. So Darren is in a waiting room.
I am in a waiting room.
Your escort has left you, and the rest of you at this point are kind of, you've got, a place off to the side of the stage that you're going to be watching this concert from. It is fairly near where Eric and Mayor Dow and their security detail is.
Uh-huh.
Not right next to, and the security detail at this point has definitely arranged themselves betwixt the two of you. You hear kind of a big hit of music happen.
Yeah.
So this is just about starting, but you know that there's a little bit at the beginning with the mayor and Eric before this whole thing starts. Darren, are you exiting your room? Or are you going to hang out in here for the entirety of this concert?
Can I make a phone call?
Yeah, you can make a phone call.
Okay.
I assume you've got your phone on you.
Yeah, I think I would call Officer Darren.
Officer Darren?
Yeah, because I think I would be really shook by, him being threatened by Eric because of something I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you call Officer Darren.
Mm-hmm.
And, let's see, this is probably a weekend, probably like a Friday night.
Yeah.
Officer Darren is probably on duty at this point, especially with, a big concert happening in town. So he picks up, and you can kind of, hear the police radio just, chattering in the background. Yes? I thought you were at a concert. Is everything okay?
No. I messed up. There was a man he was threatening the Baroness. It's William's brother, and I hit him. But then he said he was going to go hurt you and your kids, and it made me scared.
Oh.
Poor Officer Darren.
I'm trying to figure out how to...
Officer Darren takes a powerful blow.
Yeah, Officer Darren takes a powerful blow to the heart. Because that sounds, again, like you're sharing a vulnerability.
Yes, it does.
So, I know you're not from around here. Trust me, this is not the first time I've been threatened, even by someone powerful or someone with a lot of influence. The line of work I'm in and the people I interact with, you make enemies. And I can either worry about them, lose sleep over them, turn the house into a fortress and never leave, or I can trust that the people around me, you, Meredith, myself while I'm there, can protect the family. And I do. So I'm a little bit disappointed that you hit him. I thought that you had better self-control than that. But I appreciate you telling me. So I think he's shifting your labels. I think he's shifting your danger up. And probably your superior down.
I think I would take that.
Okay. Now, like I said, try not to lose any sleep over me. Enjoy the concert. I know you've really been looking forward to it. And just trust that I'm out here keeping the streets safe while you're in there having fun.
I got a great family unit. Not to brag, but I got a dope family.
Yeah.
So, who's out there?
So,
I saw her go into the room, correct?
Yes, you saw a couple of security people take Darren into one of those waiting rooms that you guys had been in previously.
And she is in there with them still?
They
left me there.
Because somebody used mind-fogging pheromones on them. So Darren is alone in the waiting room.
So, it wasn't really what I intended to do with this, but I am going to find some space where I can freely do this.
Okay.
Like a closet or whatever. And I'm going to teleport into the waiting room.
Okay.
And I'm going to give the coin to Darren and tell her to go enjoy the concert.
So sweet.
Okay.
So sweet.
So when you do that, a couple of things happen. Yeah, you change appearances, but that your body physically changes.
Ooh, okay.
So, congratulations, Darren. Your gelatinous, morphic mushroom body is now a weak, frail human body.
I just love the idea that
Your abilities are the same. You still have those powers, but your body itself is now flesh and bone rather than mushroom.
Okay.
Similarly, you feel everything kind of go soft and squishy, William. You probably shrink a little bit. Your hair falls out, and little cilia regrow in its place. You have no idea how any of that works. You're still wearing your clothing, which means, unfortunately, William is now just covered in strategic flowers that are swiftly falling off.
Yes.
What do you do?
I don't think I would care.
No.
That's true.
I would say, you need to take these clothes.
So you at least throw your clothes.
Yep.
Okay. And again, your abilities are what they are. They're still the same. Your body is just different.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So go enjoy the show.
Aww.
I create another portal for her to leave through.
Sure.
Okay, and I step through the portal.
Where does it go?
The same closet backstage where I just found to teleport in the first place.
Okay.
She can find a way from
So
there.
yeah, you're close enough to where you left from that you can find your way to the rest of your group.
Yeah.
Just stay away from Eric.
Do you say that before I walk through the
Yes.
portal? Okay.
Right as it closes.
Yeah, I like that right as it closes. Stay away from Eric!
That's clarified.
Yeah. I think at this point, let's get over to the side stage. So, Piero and the Baroness now seem to be the members of this party that are left. And you can see over on the other side of the stage, Todd Roman and a couple of his brocycles. And Todd Roman sees you there and, waves, really big. Nice. The show is about to start, so he can't come over yet. But he's definitely, just making a big, scene so that you know that he's there. And he's super, super happy.
What a good bro.
What a good bro.
Yeah.
Considerate.
And he goes up to a microphone on the side of the stage. Apex City Hospital, the Infernus Corporation, and Taylor Memorial Stadium would like to present, in concert, on the Floriform Tour, Evergreen. And the audience kind of collapses and he goes, but...
Yes.
To introduce your venue, Mayor Dow. And Mayor Dow heads out on stage. Mm-hmm. She kind of waits for the applause to die down, and she waves, "Hello, Apex City! We're going to let you get to the concert real soon. But first, I just wanted to thank..." She points to the side of the stage, and Eric walks out on stage. "The Infernus Corporation has been so generous this year, and I just wanted to let Eric say a few words before we get started." And Eric heads over to the microphone, and he adjusts it a little bit. "A few weeks ago, my brother William disappeared while saving many civilians, probably some of you in the audience, on the Simonson Parkway Bridge. And ever since, we have been looking for him. This donation to expand the children's wing is, I don't want to say in thanks for the city's cooperation in this matter, but if we can save a missing child like my brother, then that will have been enough for me." And at that point, the lights in the stadium go off. Just cut. The sound system powers down. And Spotlight, there's a little bit of panic. There's a little bit of you can tell that the crowd is not knowing what to make. Is this part of the show? Mm-hmm. Is this... And then there's a spotlight on stage, and standing behind Mayor Dow and Eric, and you can see that each of them at this point has a little dart in their neck.
Oh, dear.
And they're starting to get kind of wobbly. There's a young woman. She has a huge, majestic yellow mohawk.
Nice.
She is wearing short-sleeved khaki top, short khaki shorts, and big boots. Just big boots. And she grabs the microphone and she says, "Hello, Apex City! You've got me father unjustly prisoned. Now you're gonna face the wrath of Kangaroo Jenny. You've got 48 hours to release Kangaroo Jack and the Killer Bee. Your mayor and your first son go the way of the Tasmanian tiger." And then the lights go back off.
Oh, God.
By the time they come back up, the mayor and Eric are gone.
Oh, dear.
As is Kangaroo Jenny.
Kangaroo Jenny. Oh, dear.
At this point, Darren has kind of come out on stage. Or up to the side stage.
Yeah.
People are going crazy. The security detail have been very swiftly knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you do?
I think I would ask Piero, are these how these normally go?
That's William. That's William looking at you, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That doesn't seem strange coming from William either.
No, it doesn't.
Does it sound like William, or does
yes,
it
sounds like William.
Okay.
We've literally created, swapped bodies, so it
just
makes
wanted to make
sense.
sure. It's magic.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just, that adds up.
Yeah.
Is this how human concerts normally go?
So that's more concerning. And I'm going to look at her and be like...
Yeah.
You should be able to put two and two together pretty quick.
But, still, I'm going to look at her for a second.
I guess we do know about the coin.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And powers are still the same, so we probably still feel like that weird pheromone thing that you give off.
Yeah.
So it's probably pretty quick to figure out that you're...
It's probably a pretty quick realization after.
Yes.
Is this how human concerts go?
Yeah.
I'm going to shake my head. I'm going to be like, no.
Remember how the Taylor Stadium has a dome that can open?
Yes.
That dome is open.
Okay.
Which it wasn't before.
Okay.
Did you jump?
That's a great question. But what you can see above is a
Kangaroo Jenny.
is a zeppelin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you can see that there are some ropes that are being pulled up to it, and it is starting to move away from the stadium. And on the side of it, yes, there is a picture of a kangaroo.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Is there, most waiting rooms and places like this have, TV screens showing actual concerts?
Yes.
So I know what's going on.
You just saw that happen, yeah.
Okay.
Or at least you know that the lights went out.
Yeah.
And then came back up. And you can hear some panic happening outside.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the room now.
I have some questions.
Yes.
So my doom sign portal,
Uh-huh.
is that just me? I can't include my team in a portal?
Generally, yes.
Okay.
Can you mime a zeppelin?
I can mine several jetpacks if you want.
Wait. What about, this is gonna be a minute. In The Great Mouse Detective, the great Disney classic?
Yes, I do.
And Ratigan, the villain, has a little bat who, pedals and pushes a zeppelin, and at the end, when they think, oh no, the Great Mouse Detective is dead, and he's actually pedaling, the little propeller, mime that!
Yeah, okay.
Pedal-powered helicopter.
So I will, I'll look at Darren, I'll look at the Zeppelin, I'll look at the Baroness, I will herd them all together towards me, grab some handlebars and insist that they do the same thing, and then we are all going to pedal together and slowly rise up towards the Zeppelin.
I would like you to unleash your powers.
I'm doing it.
You killed man.
I really hope you this crash and burn.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, no.
That's a 9.
Oh,
Awesome. Plus 3 plus 2, that's 11.
Okay.
Do you have conditions?
Do you have conditions?
I do not have hopeless marked.
Good.
Which is the condition that...
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So you have 11. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
William, you come out of this room to see the other 3 of your compatriots rising up into the air on invisible pedalcopters towards a Zeppelin with a kangaroo on the side. The security detail that had been hassling your friends is unconscious, and the mayor and Eric are both missing. What do? They're probably like halfway out the dome at this point.
I have so many questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's killing me, my god.
I'm going to just... Okay, so I walk out sort of like almost on stage to see this, right?
Yeah.
And I see this happening in this giant Zeppelin in the sky, and my compatriots disappearing into the blackness of the night. And I am just going to kind of walk straight backstage and find a closet.
So as you turn to walk backstage, a hand rests on your shoulder. And you turn around to see probably like 6'5", spiky green, like needle hair. We killed man again.
Yes.
He's wearing a suit made of leaves that you can tell is growing out of his body.
Uh-huh.
It's really swanky.
So I'm going to get to do this.
And he says, I really wasn't expecting that. Shall we go save your friends?
Hold on. Let me do my best Nan impression here. Yes. That would be good.
And he straightens it. What's that look?
I don't sound like that.
Eric does.
So he adjusts
I was
his...
trying to sound visibly impressed. I don't want to ruin your chance with Evergreen.
That's right, because you look like Darren.
If I would have heard the actual... I don't think I heard the advice that was given.
No,
You did not.
no.
In which case I would have just punched in the face. But
Righto. And he adjusts his suit a little bit, and it kind of like form fits to be less cumbersome. And he whips his hand around a little bit, and it turns into a very long vine as he does, and then throws it, hooks it onto the bottom of the Zeppelin, and extends a hand out for you.
What a guy. You
Bastard.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little swept off my feet right now.
It's pretty legit.
That was super dapper.
It was very dapper. So he grabs you around the waist, and you guys are hauling up. You're about halfway to the Zeppelin when you see Evergreen and Darren kind of... and he waves at you as he goes with, like, the hand that's around. See you up there!
Finger guns and a wink. Yeah.
Okay. Is that what Piero's doing?
No, I would like to suggest that for everyone.
finger guns
I think
and
that's
wink?
really fly.
No,
you know?
that's not. He's too fancy for
Yeah.
that.
Okay, fine. Then I finger gun and wink at him.
That
Okay,
works.
that works.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Piero.
You
You're welcome.
accidentally shoot him and he dies.
Okay. So you're nearing the Zeppelin at this point.
Right.
On your pedal cycles.
Let the record
pedalcopters.
stand. I was so stunned I temporarily stopped pedaling for a moment.
You drop a few feet.
Yeah.
I wanted to been reading the files on Kangaroo Jenny,
Yeah, okay, yes.
and also on Evergreen, since I've now encountered him.
Let's do these one at a time. We'll go ahead and do Kangaroo Jenny first. Also mark that armature track.
Yes. That fills it up.
Okay.
That's a 7.
So tell me something about Kangaroo Jenny.
Kangaroo Jenny.
That was weakness.
Right?
Seasonal allergies! Oh my god! Seasonal allergies!
Well-
you guys are fun.
Yes. I do like seasonal allergies,
Okay.
but
Alright.
it's specifically to, it has to be something non-Australian.
Okay.
So, Kangaroo Jenny is very allergic to specifically non-Australian plants.
Okay.
I seem to remember something about that in the files.
Sure.
Like, very, very strong in Australia, but less so outside.
Okay. Alright, so she is allergic to some sort of plant that is not native to Australia.
That's what I recall. You can tell me how I'm misremembering that if you'd like.
No, I think that works. I think it's the giant sequoia specifically.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead and do it for
Now
Evergreen.
you have to do Evergreen. Come on, big money. Dang it.
Wait, are we...
What's that? What's the total there?
That was a 5.
Okay.
No, that was 4. Sorry.
All right. You know that he's been focusing a lot on his tour recently, and that a lot of the money from this goes to fund things that weirdly enough, there's a lot of pushback in the U.S. about this because he's kind of an extremist outside the U.S.
I see.
Like just straight up. He's not above destroying, mining equipment. He is not above, taking businesses out of business that do things like clear-cutting forests. And he will do this in a very hostile manner. He's all about plants.
Yeah.
This is negative. He's basically just poison ivy.
Okay, that's good to know.
Only more dapper and handsome and talented.
Also wealthy and a rock star.
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you. I wanted to get those out of the way.
Okay, cool. So the bottom of this Zeppelin, by the time you get here, the big door that would let you in is obviously closed, and it is moving. You're a little bit away from the stadium at this point. What do you do?
Ooh. Just like turn a knob.
That is overcoming an obstacle.
Yeah.
You do that. Go ahead and unleash your powers.
7 + 9.
Okay. So is this unstable, temporary, or are you going to mark a condition?
We'll say it's unstable, because I imagine that a door that just pops out of nowhere would not be very good.
Yeah. You get up to the side. You're kind of still pedaling on your little pedal copter.
Do we get up to the cabin of the Zeppelin, or are you in the side of the Zeppelin itself?
I mean,
Actually, I don't
has a little
care.
carriage.
Yeah, I just want to ensure what we're making the
I
door
had assumed
into.
the cabin.
Yes. Whatever you assume.
I had assumed the cabin.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Not to the balloon.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That's disastrous.
Unstable.
That's one way to take care of Kangaroo Jenny.
Done.
Piero on the case.
Eric's done. Kangaroo Jenny is done. Mayor Dow's definitely
the
done.
humanity.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
And
let's
you guys
not
were
do
bad.
that.
Yeah, no, okay.
All right, so I mime a door.
You basically take out a little section of this cabin, and that little section of the wall that you had intended to just open is just gone, which may come into play later.
It's probably not good.
So I want to set the scene when you get in here. There is Kangaroo Jenny, standing hands on her hips, apparently has been looking out the window of the Zeppelin and watching you, ascend here.
Mm-hmm.
Across from you have Evergreen and Darren/William, and then coming in behind them, you have the Baroness, Piero, and Wilmerum. Yes. Wilmerum. There is another young lady dressed similarly, no mohawk, piloting this, and she looks over at the and goes, "Hello!" And then around the bound and gagged forms and very unconscious forms of Mayor Dow and Eric, there are 4 figures who are quite tall, quite broad, dressed in form-fitting spandex that shows off their muscles.
Uh-huh.
And their heads look like oversized kangaroo heads with fangs. Like drop bear minions.
Oh dear.
And Jenny kind of holds up a fist at you.
Please let her sidekick be the Wombrat.
No.
Damn.
She holds up a fist at you and says, "Have you come to join me in my righteous crusade to save you Yanks from yourselves? Are you going to help me release my dad? Or are you going to betray your own ideals once more?"
Wow. She's
What?
Yeah.
She's quite eloquent.
Yeah.
I kind of like her.
I don't understand a word she's saying.
Let me make this an easier decision for you. Drop bears, and one of them grabs Eric and one of them grabs Mayor Dow, and they are tied to ropes, and they just shove them out a window and hang on to it. So they are now dangling by a rope, being held by a drop bear out a window. So let me ask you again: you gonna help me free my dad?
Masks, A New Generation is written for Magpie Games by Brendan Conway. It is made of angst, bears, and system error. Give it your dollars. It is well worth them. The Baroness is played by A Glitch in the System. Piero is played by Lenny. You can find her on Instagram at C4TFood. William and Furnace is played by Jordan. Darren is played by Nan. Find her on Instagram at Nanjitsu. Apex City is GM'd by Jeremy, or so you think, who also writes the music and edits this podcast. Our album art was provided by Ash Brandt. Find them on Twitter at Cinder_Brandt, on Instagram at Brandt.Ash, and on Tumblr at Kimmins. Find us on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever fine podcasts are sold. Follow us on Twitter at Apex City Cast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next issue.